Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So I told you all that I would be back today because I did want to talk further about a point that I made yesterday, the difference between actually carving out time and having a dedicated routine and schedule around your health and fitness goals versus just kind of winging it. And it was really important to me to come back and talk to you all about this because this was one of the biggest factors in my many year long struggle with weight loss. I kept telling myself that as long as I did something, as long as I just did something, that it would all work out. And that was not true. You know why? Because if I'm doing something every now and then, what I'm doing in the in-between time can literally be just making me go steps back. So if I do something today and then for 3 days in a row do foolery, when I come back to do my something, I already have negated the first something I started by the 3 days in a row that were in the middle of the next something. You see what I'm saying? Something, 3 days of foolery, something. You have no set structure. You have nothing that is keeping you grounded in the thing that you need to do. You need that. And the reason why we need that on our journey, the reason why you need it, the reason why I need it, is because if you're anything like me, we spent so many years doing whatever we wanted. And that, doing whatever we wanted, we're used to that. So much so that it's led us to the point where now we're saying, well, I think my health and my fitness they're real shaky. You already know what it's like to wing it. You already know what it's like to do whatever it is that you want to do, not have any real structure around something, and now you're here. Now you're in this place. So why would you think that doing more of the thing that you were just doing is going to help you? Is going to help you? Why would you think that? It's okay. I know why you would think that. Because that's the only thought you've been having for how many ever years you've been doing it. It's okay to realize that what you've been doing for many years has not served you. It's okay to realize that. Because the next step, whatever you do next, is what's important. You don't have to harp on the past if you figure out the next step. And that next step should have routine to it. It should have dedication to it. It should say, I don't know, maybe the exact workouts I'm doing just yet. I don't know exactly how many sets, how many reps. I don't know if I want to go to group classes just yet. I don't know if I'm going to go to a commercial gym just yet. But I do know that 3 days a week, I do know that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do know that after every single meal, I'm going to take a walk. I do know that no matter what happens, I'm going to get in 30 minutes of cardio. No matter what happens on these 3 days a week, I'm going to jump rope. I'm going to swim. I'm going to whatever. Because that is the starting point. That is what you need. You have to carve out that time. Pick a day. And then when you get a little more acclimated to those days, pick times, right? Because a lot of us, it's very easy to say, I'm going to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then something happens on Monday and you said, okay, I'll move it to Tuesday. But because you never set any time frame for anything, now you're trying to do something on a day that you might not even have time for in your schedule. Your Tuesdays might be busier than your Mondays. Mondays worked for you. And you chose them because they worked for you, because you knew that Mondays you had time. You don't have time on a Tuesday. But because you didn't keep yourself dedicated to your Monday and you pushed it to Tuesday, you literally can't do your workout now because you don't have time on a Tuesday. And you're not at the point of dedication where you would carve out time in a very busy day. And trust me, we get there. We do get there. In the beginning, you're not going to be there. That's okay. It's okay to not be there in the beginning. But if this is something you want as a lifestyle, you have to be able to keep that dedication strong. You have to say that if something happens on a Monday, I don't care what happened on Tuesday. I don't care. If my Tuesday is busy from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., guess what? Looks like I'm going to be working out at 4 a.m. Looks like I'm going to be working out at 7 p.m. That's what that dedication does for you. That's what that carving out the time does for you. That is what the set days does for you. It makes sure that if something were to happen, you don't care. You'll find another way. It matters. It matters. And you are talking to someone who spent, like I said, many, many years just kind of winging it. Just kind of saying, hey, I'll eat a little bit better. I'll eat a little bit better and I'll move more. I ain't have no real set plan. And I would lose weight. And guess what? I'd go right back to my old habit of doing whatever I wanted because I was not truly dedicated in the eating a little bit better and moving a little bit more. That's too vague for the goals that you have set for yourself. And I know sometimes it can be really hard to hear it from someone who has never been where you are. Someone who has never battled with their weight. And I mean a lifelong battle, right? Someone who gained weight in the last 2 years is not gonna feel the same as someone who has been overweight for the last 12 years. Someone who's been overweight for the last 30 years is not gonna have the same experience as someone who's been overweight for the last 12 years. You see what I'm saying? Like everyone is in their place in this thing. But sometimes we just need to hear from someone who, where they are in their journey, still looks like they have a bit to go. And I say that because I'm a person who, even though I have lost 70 pounds, when you look at me, it doesn't look like I've lost 70 pounds. And that's because I actually started off very big. So it doesn't look like I've lost a lot of weight. It looks like I still have a lot to go, which might make it easier for you to hear this. It might make it easier for you to hear it from someone who is still where you are. And I'm encouraging you to make it matter more. I'm encouraging you to stop winging it. I'm encouraging you to say my goals matter because it's attached to my health. My health matters because I'm here for a reason. And whatever that reason may be, for me, it is the call that the Lord has upon my life. And I have to do that to the best of my abilities. And I can't do that to the best of my abilities with a body that's breaking down on me because I've been eating like I ain't had no sense. Or I stopped moving my body. I was lazy. The Lord convicted me on that, and He has strengthened me to give me the self-control to come back from it. So I'm telling you that it matters because there's something that is attached to your life that if you do not have concern about your health and in a way that truly matters, you will not fulfill it. And I want more than anything in this whole wide world for you to fulfill the call on your life. How much greater would this world be if you had the chance to do the very thing you were called to do? Not sitting somewhere in a hospital bed because you just didn't take your health seriously. And I do want to say as well that looks different for everyone, okay? You're not hearing a fat person say, like, fat shame, because I'm not. Whatever your healthy looks like, that's yours. You know what that looks like for you. And you know what that feels like for you. So if you're on a journey because you're not seeing it when you look, you're not feeling it when you walk, when you move around in the world, then you have work to do. and the dedication and the preparation go hand in hand. If you do not prepare, you will not be dedicated. If you do not give yourself set days, you will not be dedicated. Why push off your goals to another day? Why can't you do it on a Monday? Why can't you, just like you make sure you get up and go to your job every single day, say, I have to get up, work starts at 9 a.m. I make sure I leave the house at 8:30 because I don't work that far away. Work starts at 9 a.m. I kind of live pretty far and my traffic is where I am is pretty bad. So I have to leave the house around 7:30. The same way you know to do that, you have to do that with your goals. It must be done. And you will be happy that you did it. And that's why I wanted to talk about this today, because I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to push past what can be uncomfortable. I want to encourage you to ignore excuses, the excuses we've made for ourselves for many, many years. I want to encourage you, because this journey that we're taking is hard enough. It's hard enough. Everywhere you look, someone is telling you, probably telling you fat and ugly. And not because you actually ugly, but just because you're fat. If you don't like the word fat, just because you're big, just because you're overweight. We don't have to add to that. And this journey is not for them. The journey is for you. But I mention them because if the world is already doing that, who are you to add to that? You have to love yourself more than that. You have to love yourself so much that an excuse has no chance. You have to love yourself so much that being a little tired after work is not going to stop you from getting that workout in. That's how much it has to matter. That is how much it has to matter. And that only comes from love. I want to encourage you on today. And I really hope that this video has. So yeah, that's my little spiel. Don't wing it. Don't wing it. Don't wing it. Don't wing it. And you might not be able to do everything all at the same time, but start with days. Pick the days, pick a few days, have dedicated days, and do your movement on those days. Then work your way into saying, okay, this is what, I'm actually doing on these days. Because right now, if you're just starting out, you might just want to say, I just want to move more on these days. So you might not know exactly what the movement is. But if you can set the day, you can then start to set the movements a bit more. You can start to set the times a bit more. You can start to flesh out a little bit more what it is that is going to keep you dedicated in your movements. You see, I'm doing a video. They don't see because my blinds is, but still. Anyway, that's what I have for today. And I pray that you all are well and that you all have a great week. And I'm saying it like you're not going to see me again for the rest of the week. You are, but those videos might not be this form of just chatting and talking and talking and chatting. Those will definitely be the daily weigh-ins. So we're actually on the very last week of the daily weigh-ins for this mini May series, because as you all know, June 1st is next Sunday. So yeah. Anyway, I will see y'all later, and I'll catch you on the side that's flip. Be encouraged.